Hello, boxing fans around the world. Thanks for joining us once again here on Talk and Fight for another episode of Boxing News Today. I'm sure you, like I am, anticipating the big matchup this weekend between Amir Khan and Kell Brook. Highly anticipated fight taking place down in Manchester, very close to where I was born many years ago. Anyway, former world champions Amir Khan and Kell Brook will meet in a highly anticipated match this Saturday, February 19th, the AO Arena in Manchester, England. Amir Khan, who's 34-5 with 21 knockouts, Britain's 2004 silver medalist at the Olympics, was the unified super lightweight champion. Kell Brook, 39-3 with 27 knockouts, was the world welterweight champion for 3 years when Khan was making a career in that same division. Although there was always talk of a bout between the two warriors, when they were in their prime, it never materialized, since both tried their luck with other opponents. Khan faced the then WBC middleweight champion, Canelo Alvarez, losing by knockout, and then the undefeated Brook facing fellow champion Gennady Golovin, also losing by knockout. So now we have it, the setup and all the talk. I mean, I think the show was sold out in 10 minutes over there. Fantastic stuff. Good luck to both fighters, but that's my opening story for today. Just followed up by another pretty famous name in boxing history. The headline screams, Hagler teams with Ryan Roach, intends to campaign as a middleweight. Fair enough. There are a few family names in boxing, especially in New England, as universally revered as Hagler and Roach. They are part of boxing royalty. There is a new connection as James Hagler Jr., the grandson of the late Hall of Famer Marvelous Marvin Hagler, has signed an exclusive managerial contract with Fighter Locker, owned and operated by the nephew of Hall of Fame trainer Freddie Roach, Boston-based Ryan Roach. The plan is for Roach to have Hagler fight in Massachusetts, ideally in Brockton, the city of champions, in which Hagler, as well as another Hall of Famer, Rocky Marciano, fought out of during their professional careers. I was looking for a manager and read about Ryan, Hagler said. I looked him up online, talked with him, and met with him last weekend for the first time. He's not a greedy person by far. He offered me the best deal I have ever received. He really wants to help me. Ryan's a cool dude. I feel good about signing with him. Fighting somebody someday in Brockton and Boston means a lot to me because of my grandfather's background, and that's one of the reasons I signed with Ryan. My mother and father are from that area. I still have a lot of family living on both sides living there. I'll be the third member of the Hagler family to fight in New England, joining my grandfather and uncle, Robbie Sims. I'm excited to be managing James, Roach commented. Right away, I was interested in a fighter with the Hagler name. I spoke with James. He's a good kid who's all in. He wants to prove himself on his own, and I get that because I want to make it on my own terms, not by my last name. Good stuff out of the Boston area. Across the pond, Ryan Cotterell makes his pro debut this Friday in Wolverhampton. At the Hagler Events venue in Wolverhampton, England, on February 18th, Ryan Cotterell will be going for Help the Leather to make an instant impact in the pro ranks. That introduction will be part of BCB Promotions show in Wolverhampton at the Hagler Events venue, which is on Pearson Street, on Friday night. That's a couple of days away from us on February 18th. His debut comes after a successful amateur career, winning 2 national titles in England and being selected for the Team England elite squad. He went all the way at the 2016 England Development Championships and the 2018 National Association Boys and Girls Clubs competition. All of his amateur experience of 21 bouts with 17 victories came under the tutelage of Richie Carter, who will take him into the pro code. The two, in a fashion, started out together with Cotterell, a youngster, in the gym when ex-pro Carter took up the coaching for the first time 10 years ago. That journey then took them to Wolverhampton Boxing Club, which is still their training base, along with the rest of Carter's pro stable. Congratulations. We look forward to hearing him and how he's done this weekend. Anyway, John Dougherty is going toe-to-toe against Mawuli Foglidi. That's going to take place at Trump Turnberry in Scotland this Saturday night, which should be a fun fight. Tops the Fight Zone fight card on Saturday, February 19th, with another top-notch boxing broadcast from Trump Turnberry in Scotland. Topping the bill on the Kynoch Boxing Promotions show will be former decorated amateur John Dougherty, who will take on the Ghanaian super middleweight champion Mawuli Olivi, in which is sure to be an explosive dust-up. Olivi comes to light. The 24-year-old has won 5 of 6, but tellingly has knocked out every opponent he's beat. Obviously, heavy-handed, the African will also be full of confidence when it comes to the contest off the back of a 9-round win when he picked up his national belt. Dougherty is very highly rated, having been a Commonwealth bronze medalist as well as a junior gold medalist in the Commonwealths. Also 24, John doesn't mess about when it comes to finishing contests early either, with 7 big knockouts from 10 of his wins. Good stuff. We look to hear what happens for our friends over at Kynoch. Elsewhere, in Plant City, Florida, we see Kynoch Islam is going toe-to-toe against Jimmy Kelly at the White Sands Event Center in Florida. Boxxer Promotions will host its first event of the year as Kynoch Islam, who's 28-0 with 22 knockouts, the 2-time Olympian and 160-pound contender, faces his toughest test to date against former world title challenger Jimmy Killrain Kelly, who's 25-2 with 10 knockouts in a 10-round battle for the WBO Global Middleweight Championship. And that event, as I say, will take place on Friday, February 25th at the White Sands Event Center in Plant City, Florida. Elsewhere, we see that Richard Riakporki is facing Fabio Turchi at the WBO Wembley Arena in London, England on March 26th. Riakporki's dreams of becoming world cruiserweight champion takes a step closer when he headlines Boxxer's Fight Night London at the WBO Wembley Arena on Saturday, March 26th. Victory for Riakporki, who's 13-0 with 9 knockouts, will put him in prime position to secure a world title shot later this year and put him within touching distance of achieving his greatest ambition. Standing in his way is a former WBC International Cruiserweight champ, Fabio Turchi, who's 20-1 with 14 knockouts. The heavy-handed Italian, who has secured 66% of his wins by way of stoppage, is also set on becoming world champion and is headed to London intent on shattering Riakporki's dreams in front of his home crowd. Cruiserweight contenders are also set to collide in the chief support slot when Mikhail Lawal, who's 15-0 with 9 knockouts, faces former English cruiserweight champion Dion Germain, who's 13-0 with 7 knockouts, in what promises to be an explosive encounter to determine which of them can lay claim to top spot in the domestic rankings. Having commenced her professional career with a polished shutout decision winning Cardiff this past weekend, Caroline Dubois, 1-0, will have her second professional outing in this card. Younger sister of Daniel Dubois, Caroline won numerous plaudits as a 37-3 amateur and has the potential to become one of the faces of women's sport worldwide. There's more information on the boxing247.com website with respect to that fight night taking place, as I say, on March 26th. You take a look at their website, boxing247.com, for more information. We see Oscar Rivas is going toe-to-toe against Evgeny Romanov. Today's scheduled World Boxing Council purse bid has been avoided as Group Yvon Michel, that's Jim, announced an agreement has been reached with Kynoch Promotions, which promotes undefeated mandatory challenger Evgeny Romanov, who's 16-0 with 11 knockouts, fighting out of Russia for the WBC Bridgerweight World Champion Oscar Kaboom Rivas' first title defense. Under this agreement, Jim, GYM, obtained the rights to promote Rivas' first WBC defense. We are very happy with this outcome, Jim President Yvon Michel said. I'd like to thank Mr. Alex Tito for his cooperation. We intend to hold this World Championship in June in Montreal or possibly in Colombia, where discussions are currently taking place. It was important for us that Oscar defends his crown in a familiar environment. Trained by Mark Ramsey, Rivas captured the WBC World title last October, winning a unanimous decision over Ryan Roach, 13-1 with 13 knockouts at the Olympia in Montreal. Colombian native Rivas, who represented his country at the 28 Olympics, became the first WBC world champion in the history of the Bridgerweight division. Romanov, for his part, became the mandatory contender by virtue of his 12-round dominance over compatriot Dmitry Kudryashov, 24-5, 23 knockouts, last May in Russia. Romanov had an excellent amateur career, even registering a knockout victory over Deontay Wilder, the future WBC world heavyweight champ, in an international tournament. Good for him. And that concludes our stories for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you later on at 4 p.m. for Knuckle Up as we have special guests lined up this evening. So 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see you again then. And tomorrow, hit that notification bell to let you know when. Thank you. Bye.